Hi, I've been up since 5 a.m. this morning, surfing the internet, trying to think of ways to resist this domineering force that has taken full control of my home and my brain and destroyed all my freedom and kept me beneath some energy prison through, I guess, Illuminati and evil people that band together to hunt Christians to try to steal their power, I guess, and turn them against Christ and infiltrate their life. This is the way my life has been for over 20 years. So they're draining me. They keep me drained. And I never wanted to understand what made demons work or how to fight this group until today, when I realized they said they're just going to keep attacking until I'm dead. And I thought, I am praying and God is protecting me, but there's got to be something else. So I started looking under what gives demons power, its energy, especially negative energy. So the person who calls himself Puppet Master, who's invading my brain each day to make sure I can't have positive energy, he can monitor me like a real devil. He has that technology. So it says you don't want negative energy, because negative energy is only going to bring negative spirits that are going to keep you beat down. They said, if anything, you want to be positive so that you will get positive spirits, but they can keep you. If you stay high, they won't bring you down. The positive spirits, they said, won't. And so I was looking under what can you do to not feed these kind of predators. Well, everything that you're supposed to do, you're supposed to guard yourself, are the things that they target and attack with their weapons, which means the reason they want to put you in some kind of camp or somewhere is because you have no defense to guard your heart, your mind, your body from evil attack, and you will never be able to recover from slavery, because once that happens, then evil takes over the whole world and everything in existence, and man will just be conquered. And that's what they have done to me with weapons. That's why I realized when I was in Las Vegas and all the shops there were all having new art that looked like CIA, some kind of CIA concoction. It was like taking people into woods and buildings with no outlet, no escape, like the Saw movie, making people feel trapped, hunted, powerless. That is a ploy of the devil. They make me feel that way. They have done art. They sent me with my face sitting in a room with like holes in the walls, one dark room, and then like you could see the brick through some of the walls. It's like some old room, and the window that you're supposed to look out is bricked, and there's just one chair and all these manuscripts on the floor. And then they gave me an invite to this billionaire group that's running the world. First off, the first week, some stranger I don't even know came and sent me this weird computer game looking cartoon of manuscripts and blood. And he said, I perform rituals, and this whole billionaires group does, for you, Sherry. He said, I take broken glass and blood and I put it on your manuscripts and your old things. And I'm like, what? I knew they were hacking. He says, but that's to symbolize your broken dreams we stole and your life we destroyed. They're into this kind of stuff, the most powerful people, supposedly. They may have dark power, but when it comes to godliness, I think that's why they pursue me. It's sick. But you can see art now where all these people are being led into places with no freedom, no outlet, worse than a concentration camp. They can't even see the outdoors. You know, they have no hope in their heart. They can't see the blue sky, hear the birds. There's no form of life for them other than slavery. But what is worse is they're trying to damn me, eternally damn me. It was bad enough that they stole my brain, destroyed my body, and then took nude pictures of me with hidden cameras and put them everywhere to try to destroy my modesty. That was bad enough. But to try to keep me in fear, which is only feeding the demons, to try to give me no hope for the future, telling me they want to eventually kill me in a ritual, that takes away your energy and inspiration and your ability to dream and to be inspired, because you think, oh, that's your fate. They have kept me worse than death row. Death row, you get electrocuted. No, what they said they had in store for me was eternally damned and belong to Satan. They've told me this for years and years. There's no worse form of torture or slavery in the universe, okay? And if there was a filthy beast, I'm sure he would behave this way, and I'm sure these people would work for him when they talk about rituals and killing, suffering innocents, and making these, it's just unbelievably wicked. And in my imagination, I know these people are so wicked that they're in another place that I can never go. And I know whatever goes on in them is something so unholy and unspeakable, it can only come from a demon or the devil. Their way of thinking, their way of living. I can never raise kids like that. I can never pollute children. I can never rape children. I can never eat babies. But this group is high on darkness. And they hate me because they said I beat them. Because I lived when they tried to get me to kill myself after they robbed me. Because I was innocent and close enough to God that while I was being abused and degraded and tortured, I kept seeing the light and trying to act as if it was not serious as they thought it was. I played it down, everything they did, because I was always looking optimistic. And they said, we're going to destroy those rose-colored glasses. They thought that eventually their evil would rub off on me, and they thought eventually that their torture would harm me. But because the Holy Spirit is in my nature and my outlook used to be pretty sunny, it created more enemies. But then this one person that's psychologically torturing me turned people against me by using my mind. He called it his puppet, to make me mess up. And so he said he would destroy all credibility. He would play me, use me, and then he'd sit back and laugh because I was saying words he was putting in my brain, doing things he was instructing me without me knowing he was controlling me. And then years later, he would show me, he said he took down walls, things he had me do that I was saying do on Facebook, and I would say, you're not really controlling me, a year before, word for word. That's how they have mastered controlling the mind. So today, what I want to tell you is, when I was looking up all the things it says that you don't do, that to give this force, energy, and power, is what their weapons have prevented me from being able to do. So their whole design is to make you helpless, so you will be damned, and so the devil will win. You're supposed to guard your heart. Well, they tell me they want to rip mine out. You're supposed to guard your words. You're supposed to not trust these people. They torture you to try to get you to give full control of yourself to them and your mind. That's all to give the devil control. They are blinding me. I'm much blinder today. I'm seeing so much black since yesterday. They're burning my eyes continually. They say they're blinding me because they want the devil to have so much control that I disappear. They keep telling me Sherry's dead. For over 10 years, they tell me Sherry's dead. We murdered her. Now you have to do what we say. You're this new person we create. And they send me pictures of dolls. They put me in all this MK Ultra type Disney stuff with cartoons. They try to tell me we're going to make me dark. We're going to make you evil. They said when they first met me, that was their whole intention. So they can try to convince me, oh, you're this awful person, and I'm tortured every day, and really, they tore my back and everything, excruciating pain. I'm not talking about like a little stick with a needle. I'm talking about, I've had medical procedures, and their torture is worse than any medical procedures I've ever had. Their medical procedures are like going to the beauty parlor or having your nails done compared to their torture. Some of the things they've done to me is worse torture than when I was cut open in my stomach and I had my appendix taken out. It's much worse than that. Try having that terror and that pain every single night, year after year, 365 days a year for years, and wondering how you even have your sanity. It's much worse than concentration camp. They monitor your brain, so they know if you're not suffering enough, they make sure you do. They can actually destroy part of your brain all the time like they do mine. And then they laugh about it. They laugh about destroying your mind. They laugh about days you can't walk. They laugh about, like, today I couldn't make my hands work without going numb. They kept going numb, both of them. When I was trying to type the keyboard, they just kept going numb. Then they laugh about it. Tell me I'm going to need a carpal tunnel operation, which is not carpal tunnel. It's their weapons because they're using electricity to make it happen. You can hear this energy sound, and they're somehow doing it, charging me with electricity. That makes my hands so painful down deep in the bone and swollen. They made my feet yesterday where I had trouble walking. They make them swell at the press of a button. This is all demonic. But I have been trying to tell people, because the world is in danger and everyone is going to be damned if they keep going about their daily lives, overlooking the satellites, overlooking the army, overlooking these people running around dressed like devils and stuff and wearing devil horns. If they embrace the fire and they embrace the enemies, then they're going to be worse than in a concentration camp. And I'm trying to help other people because I know the future. And so I just want to tell you, as a realist, whenever you delve into something like this, you're surrendering your energy, your virtue, you're destroying your own freedom. That's all there is to it. Because these people are like already transformed into demons. There's changes taking place. They're losing. And I can't understand, if God is in you, you have Christ in you, and you love God and you love Jesus, why you just don't soar on your own internal godliness, why you don't feel like you're in the heavens, why you don't feel like you're a messenger. When I know God, which I do, on these days when my body is in terrible pain and they're telling me they're filling me with something evil and I'm dark, it's only my own knowledge of Christ and my own love and my own faith in tomorrow that Christ just fills me with his light and energy and radiance. And when I have that, then I know there's nothing greater than Christ. There's nothing more powerful. So whenever these dark people get around you and try to get you into dark things, why can't you have the strength through Christ inside to rise above that? Why can't you have enough faith to know Christ is greater? Why don't you know the strength of your own being? I mean, things like this are only going to get worse. As long as people turn to darkness and deny Christ, if they don't want Christ, they're damned and they're doomed. But Christ and God are the only outlet, the only explanation to explain so much heartache, so much darkness. And if you don't call on God, you won't get help. If you don't believe in Jesus and follow his lessons, then you're doomed. He's your only outlet. And as long as you embrace the beast, you'll lose. I think every day that we let the system decide our way of thinking, we lose. I think when we put money over people, we lose. I think when we're engrossed in politics rather than humanity, we lose. Our life today should be about survival and salvation. And what is going on in our world should not consist of hurting other people to make ends meet, killing. I mean, these people, I don't understand them. You know, they have so much money, they control the world, but they want more money. They've killed people, they've eaten babies, and they want more bloodshed. They want more people to suffer. How much money is enough? Why is money the focus of their whole world? They lose their soul. You know, there's no tomorrow. There'll be no heaven for them. They'll go straight to hell and be damned. So, I'm just trying to get people to see, that's all. From my slavery and torture, all the years I lost, including my youth,